Hey everyone, this is Clarinetgamer here, and I'm here with a post-commentary, well, final part for Sonic 3. Now basically, you'll notice throughout the video that most of this has been edited out due to the fact that the final boss is a pain in the neck. It really is a pain in the neck, the final boss. I mean, I had to redo it like several times. I really just don't like the final boss of Sonic 3. It's similar to Sonic, well, it's not similar to Sonic 2, but like, similar to what I did in Sonic 2, I had to cut out most of the failed footage I did for, yes, you can see I'm failing horribly at that bit, and the commentary that I had for the live commentary I had really would not have been, like, appropriate, and I don't mean that, like, I swore that much and, like, I said so many bad things. It's not that. It's just because I really wasn't in a good, like, I really wasn't concentrating enough to do commentary, so I figured to actually do, well, not the level like on my own without any commentary. I managed to do the level with live commentary like okay, but for the final boss I really didn't manage. So I'll explain about the final boss like once I get to it. I mean, I'll try to act as if I'm actually doing this. I think I managed to gain Supersonic in this. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually uploaded the Sonic 3 part, so I can't remember if I actually did go Supersonic in this final level. And also, after this is uploaded, I'll start to do an LP of Sonic and Knuckles. I was originally supposed to do it today after my third session of Crash Bandicoot 3, but I decided to wait until I've uploaded the final part, and also because of the fact that really wasn't prepared for Sonic and Knuckles as I thought I was, and I might have just hit one of the Eggman boxes there, and that's what led to me losing the ring. So don't hit the Eggman boxes wherever you do, they're bad. Not on your final day. But anyway, the final level is it's okay. I mean, it's not really like a huge pain or anything. I mean, obviously final levels are hard, so I'm not surprised by that. Just didn't think the final boss would take that long to defeat, but it's just, you have to be so precise with the final boss when it comes to hitting him. And you'll know what I mean by when I talk about that. Now I was messing around the wall on this level, particularly this bit. I think I sort of missed where I was going on the... well, getting up to the upper platform. Yeah, that's what led to me losing. I was like, oh, come on! That's what I was like in the commentary. And yes, you probably might say, oh, why did you not show your commentary, Clan? I'm disappointed and stuff. Well, probably Pro might mention that in the comments down below. Why did you not show your commentary? Because it's funny, but quite honestly, it wasn't funny for me. Although looking back at it, it does seem kind of funny now, so kind of regretting it in a way, but... I was lucky I didn't hit that Eggman box as well. Could have gone for that laser when I went back somehow and I ran into that enemy. It's always like a hit and run situation when it comes to the final levels of any Sonic game. And I ended up losing a life there because of me bouncing back. So yeah, I was kind of ashamed that that happened to me. But I am going to study a few videos on Sonic and Knuckles. I take a look back at them and actually see what it is I'm going to be doing in Sonic and Knuckles, because it has been a while since I played Sonic and Knuckles before. In fact, I think I've only completed it once, I think, with Supersonic, so when it comes to me doing an LP on it, it'll be the second time. The reason why I didn't cut out that death is because I didn't die this time around before the final boss. So that was the only one death I had, and I didn't bounce off that spring this time around, which was actually really good. Red springs can be useful, but they can be very annoying at the same time. That's all I can say to that about this level when it comes to the red springs. Some of the enemies in this can be pretty cheap as well, especially that. I think that's a... See, I think that's a robot frog. I'm not sure why I think it's that, but some of the enemies can be cheap in the final zones, I think. And I made a joke as well about like going through the pipe, and this all was like that. This is not a Mario game, it's Sonic. You can't go for pipes in Sonic, and it's supposed to be Mario that you're supposed to do that. I kind of made a joke there in the live commentary about that. I decided to say it in the post commentary part because, well, why not? And as you can tell, I missed the springs there, and the countdown started to be drowning. And watch this, I managed to get by it, and I somehow managed to glitch that by getting stuck in a bit of a platform, which is strange. And I felt that that spinning platform was kind of unnecessary, but I did what I needed to do that, so... Now, getting close to the final boss. I think the checkpoint comes up at some point. It's about here, isn't it? If I remember. Yeah, here is the final boss, and this is where I actually cut it out. As you can tell, I lost another life because, well, I had a bit of hard luck with the boss. So basically, this section isn't that bad. I mean, it's pretty easy, this section. All you do is just, well, don't do what I did there. Dodge the ball that he launches at you and hit him when he's up there. If you're supersonic, you can just stay up there and you'll just hit him automatically. And funnily enough, after I defeated him, I got an extra life. So I got my life back from Eggman. He stole it from me and I took it back from him like a boss. And Knuckles is there on the podium and he just tries to stop, he just punches you back, and then the death egg lifts off, and Knuckles is thrown off. And it takes some time to get to the death egg on the launching board or launching pad. And all I can say to this final boss is that, like, well, maybe not this bit coming up after you jump off Eggman's ship that he normally flies around in, but this bit coming up here, well, this bit isn't so bad in the way. I mean, all he does is like he fires lasers at you. And you got to be careful of that grey thing that flies around him as well, because that can hurt you, as well as the lasers. See, I managed to defeat him there, and now this is where the huge cutting comes in. Because I managed to retain one ring for this final boss, and by God, I needed it. I was literally scared at this point. I was panicking, like, in the live commentary, and because we're coming up to it. And yeah, I had to do a bit of cutting there because I failed quite a few times again there. I had to use save states for this boss, but I really needed them as well. Basic strategy is you've got to hit Eggman in the middle while avoiding the arms that he has on the robot. And also the spikes above his head as well, because it's very hard to get a precise hit on them. Like, I mean, well, depending on what angle he's flying at. Like, for example, there I managed to get a good hit on him despite me, like, going like past his arms. I got caught in his arms there, and he basically just drops you on the ground. But basically on this final boss, you're basically just to stop the relaunch of the death egg, because the death egg had been repaired by this point. And luckily I didn't fall into his arms this time around. And I was actually getting on pretty good at this boss, and I was reaching by the end of my time limit. I was on like 8 minutes now, and I was actually panicking as well. Because if I reached 10 minutes I would have lost a life, and that would not have been good. And I think this is the final blow I delivered to him. No, okay, it wasn't. It was me just falling into his robot arm again. Now, what's bad about that strategy, well, falling into his robot arm is if you fall into his arm, then, and if he catches you like that, then you'll go back up in the air and you'll just go back down to the bottom again, so you don't want to do that. And that was the final blow I delivered to him. And I was like, thank God that's done. like I was saying in my commentary, and yes, I'll say that now, thank God that was done. And the platform started exploding, which meant the death egg exploded as well, and the platform was falling down, and you can see there's a death egg in the background exploding. So overall, that final boss is a bit of a pain, but all in all, I mean, it's not too bad as long as you get your hits in precisely on Eggman. And as the victory music goes, I mean, I can't hear it in my headphones at the moment since I'm doing the post-commentary on the actual video editing software, and there's Supersonic. And I was like, why did you not turn Super during that fight? That could have been a heck of a lot easier, but no, it wasn't to be. But anyways, the credits roll. All I can say is that Sonic 3 is a really good game on its own, but connected it with Sonic 3 and Knuckles is much better. And as I said before, the next game I'm going to be doing will be, well, next Sonic game I'll be doing will be Sonic and Knuckles, so keep an eye out for that. And also, in the meantime as well, I'm going to try and do Sonic 3 and Knuckles on my own off screen and get all the Chaos and Super Emeralds so I can become Hypersonic. And after I've completed it as Hypersonic, I'm going to actually keep the file, because I'm going to actually do a hyper run through Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm not going to go back and get all the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds, because it'll be the same special stages as they are in like Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, and you don't really want to see repetition of the special stages. So that's just what I'm going to say right now. And as far as who I'm going to be playing in Sonic and Knuckles goes, I'm just going to play as Sonic, to be quite honest, because I mean, he's got more levels than Knuckles does. Because Knuckles can't access the Death Egg, whereas Sonic can. And Tails isn't in Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, he's in, well... The funny thing is with Tails, even though you can collect the Chaos Emeralds with Tails, he doesn't get any superpowers with the Chaos Emeralds. And yet when you get the Super Emeralds with him, he turns super, which is kind of like... I don't understand that. Well, I mean, that's what I think. And for the Super Emeralds with Sonic and Knuckles, you get Hyper Sonic and Hyper Knuckles, but I prefer to go Sonic because Sonic rules with his superpowers. Whereas Knuckles, I think he can only run faster. He's just normal, except he just flashes. I mean, that's all he does. He's invincible, but he can only like flash. I mean, that's all he does. And his super and hyper powers. Whereas with Sonic, he is so fast, like with super and hyper powers. And there's just still rolling through the credits. All in all, Sonic 3 is a good game. It really is one of the great classic Sonic games. Well, it's not my favourite, but it's still good in my books. And presented by Sega, and there's the final title logo. Now, if you hadn't got all the Chaos Emeralds for that, I think Knuckles and Eggman show up in that, and they have the Emeralds. And that's pretty much it, guys. So this is Clarinetgamer here signing off. I hope you enjoyed Sonic 3. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Sonic, and I'll see you guys later. Until then, bye.